Hey guys, we're gonna have one of my games looked at. I reviewed it with Chris, Nine Done, and I'm passing things I learned on to you. So here we go. I'm white. Here it's all fine, right? They're all fine. Came in. There's some theory that might say this isn't biggest because if I get pinched here, he's developing the right naturally. Uh, but I didn't bother me. Mostly because I'm not thinking about winning and losing, but rather, oh, then I'll learn something and then I'll never do it again. That kind of thing. So here, I just remembered as a younger man, decades ago, how I used to read out if white A, what are the Giuseppes? Do any of them I particularly like or dislike? If I play B and we look at all the Giuseppes, are there any particularly I like or don't like? Is it better if I play away? And I used to just, it was so easy to simply glance at the board and know all this stuff and just work it out real quick because my mind was quick. Not anymore, let me tell you. It is a burden nowadays. So I just went with Dr. Baduk, my YouTube guy, says, oh, just play here. It'll be fine. Unless he plays the one space high at A. That's pretty much the one exception, sort of. I'm overstating it, but so there we go. Um, when he jumps, erg, I can respond or not respond. But when he plays here, I must respond because his push and cut is now uh, it's a ladder, and I can't. It simply works, right? Boom, boom, Atari. Oh, then I can't let him cut. So go again. If he plays here, well, it is a ladder that works for me, but the net doesn't work. Now, we kind of don't want the ladder because he gets a free move out of it, right? I have to come back. He gets two moves in a row. So we prefer the net. But three in a row doesn't net if the liberties are full. There's that proverb, three in a row is not enough. So here, and now he jumped. If he had simply come one further, not enough, I need to make it four. But he jumped, good enough. Now the net works for me and the ladder works for me. Okay. So more and more, I'm trying to get a handle on this A wall. How should I see that wall? Is it safe? Can I use it to fight with? And let's look at three ideas. Idea one, I can keep getting out at B and run to the left in Sente. Now, whether we call it B or C, pardon me, I can run to the left. Okay. I can run out at B or C. And he can't stop me from running in that direction. And then finally, I can attack the B stone with C. So what I just said was how I tend to phrase it is if you have three options for health, then you're okay. Excuse me as I blow my nose. So the conclusion is the wall is fine by itself. And I've heard this from so many professional sources. But which conditions is it no longer true? Which pinches is it no longer true? So I'm just more and more getting used to it. Second question, am I strong enough to simply start a fight? Well, yes. Probably the answer is yes, and there are no issues. But as in all fights, you have to be ready to give up something. Like maybe it means I give up the A stone and do something else instead. We don't know exactly what's going to happen, but that his B stone is significantly weaker than our C wall. So yeah, I mean, it's a 5-1 in White's favor. Of course, White's going to be okay. That's the idea. Okay. So I chose to play away because I do have a debt there, right? I owe a move in the upper right. It's an overstatement, but okay. Black plays here. That's not right. You should get to the point where you immediately, something's suspicious. Something's not right here. Let's look at why it might be suspicious. I took a stone off. On the right, I don't see anything suspicious. Let's add a stone here. Well, that's suspicious. There's a stone out of place. We're already nearly a stone ahead because it's like a complete waste. Black did something that's a complete waste. That's wrong. That's suspicious. Okay. What about this? Not necessarily suspicious. Is there something wrong? No. Well, what if we go one further? Well, yeah, there's something wrong. There's a hole there, right? That's too far, and right next to our wall. That's a problem. So the stones are not correct on the right. So right away, I'm like, okay, I already feel good about my game. Hard for Black to make that a great move. One way he can make it a great move or acceptable is if he adds a move. Now, all the stones on the right are in reasonable spots, but it's so slow and dragging along, taking 4 moves for just 15 plus points. So instead, what if you simply stabilize and say, I'm not committed to my A stone. That's not something I committed to. I'm going to settle on the upper right and let this happen. Or, I think I want to settle on the right. So I'm going to play at A. And it's hard for White to come in because now it's in Black's favor locally. Okay, so those are the ideas. Hopefully that made some sense. He plays here. If I was playing this game right now, I would play here. Uh, as you know, I've been teaching for coming up on 40 years, and it puts a certain mindset where you're experimenting with something, or I often play a wrong move so that my student will see something. Oh, you should have seen that. Here's a way of punishing me, this sort of thing. So I went here, which isn't really great. Let's look at why. Say black plays there. Okay. Now I'm going to take off M3. And I'm going to put it over at S3. Now, the point is, the bottom left shamari is faced to the left. Would I now put a stone as black at A? No, that's the small side. Oh, thank goodness I lived at B, so I don't need a stone at A. I just picked up a whole profit, as it were. So the bottom is smaller than the left. That's the idea. Anyway, I went there. Shouldn't have. Habit. Okay, he pinches. And now I'm glad I did, because, and you may know this, this feeling that if I had a student who showed me this move, I would have known exactly what they should do as white. But when it was played against me, I'm like, oh, what should I do? What am I supposed to do? I was in the wrong mindset. Let's play correctly here. Let's go this way. Let him attack the corner. Now, if he doesn't take the corner, I live there. He gets a wall, and the wall's nothing. He must now take. Ah, look how low and flat the bottom looks, while white's area is looking robust and dynamic. This is why the bottom right at first was not biggest. So I should give it up. I didn't. I had this in mind. My Baduk guy, Dr. Baduk, he says, oh, just play this move. It'll always be okay. So I just kind of was in a mindset. I'm making excuses. I shouldn't make excuses. I didn't play the right move. Okay, so there we are again. So now, during the game, I'm feeling bad. Why have I made this A group? What a stupid thing to make. I can't think about splitting. That's my third time clicking on this. If I try to split, see how there's 3 weak white groups on the bottom and only 1 weak black group. So I can't use it to attack with. What's it there for? It's a wasted group. It's wasted stones. So I felt real bad about it. But I did take the opportunity to flatten. Since I can't pinch anyway, good time to make it flat. And then take Sente, and now I play on the left. So I'm back on track, but I really lost some ground in the bottom left. Okay, here. You should be able to see the 3 spots. The 3 remaining spots. We could say 4 with D. But D is the left. I'm low and settled. He's low and settled. The left isn't big. On the right, he has an invasion point at C. That's pretty weak. And I can play A or B in Sente. Now, I'm thinking play the first one, play the second one. I got all three. Now, I thought that was a great idea. He didn't. Well, it's no particular. These are all depending on the board position. Why don't you just play? I mean, you're going to get one or the other up top anyway. So I'm still working this out. Why he thought this would be at least as good. Part of his reason was, let's say he goes this way. Well, then I get this in Sente now because I already have R9 on the board. And if he goes this way, I still get that same kick. And it's still my move to finish off anything I'm doing. So those were kind of the ideas we talked about. Okay, so I hated this move. It seems wrong direction, but I'm trying to learn. There's something about it that I'm trying to learn. And I've learned that I don't like the move. I never have liked the move. I'm not going to play it next time. I did the kick. And now there was a reason I didn't play here next. So let's start with the reason. If he plays here, the corner is now completely invadable. So this is the standard way of stopping it. Now we all know this. Let's have a look at why it's so invadable. If he comes in, I stop him from connecting out, stop him, and now I don't have time to come back and kill him. I have to save my cut first. He could even cut first. It's kind of a nasty cut. No, he can't cut first. But anyway. And so he gets to live, and I still don't have any eyes. So given that, let's look at it one more time now with that stone in place. See how I saved the cut already? So whether we're at A or B, it saves the cut. So that's why A or B is such a common shape here, because black can no longer live in the corner. Okay. So I didn't like black A. Is black A good move? This is what I didn't bother to ask. No, it's a terrible move. He's so low, uninteresting. It's almost like I like the move. Let's say he defends, which he should think about, and I won't even attack. I'll just look how incredibly inefficient he's being on the left. My A stone looks better than his B stone. Anyway, it's a lot of talking. Hopefully it made some sense. Okay, so I went this way. This terrible idea. He comes up. And there's a few things to look at on this board. One thing is I'm looking forward to white A. White A's just alive. I'm looking forward to kicking at B. Those are the ones that really come to my mind. Let's talk about A for a second. And I wasn't seeing A clearly. I kind of a bloodlust at A. It's so deep inside Black's area that it really feels like you're getting away with something. But it's better if I play this way. He's about to die, so he has to fix something. So if I get this in Sente, then I can start attacking. This can be an important attack later. We can just put the white stone here, realize, well, this white stone's alive, right? Could connect one way or the other. Let's just put it here. As Black starts running away, this white center is going to be very meaningful. That's a better use of my stones. We'll see more of that soon. I come in right away. A's better, B's better, C's better. Okay. Now, do you remember my D group and how badly I felt? Even more so now that Black E is there, my D stones, I don't see them doing anything except C. We looked at C. C looks good. That's what I should play. I'm up in my head at this point going, oh man, I feel so bad. I'm going to sacrifice them. Now, he chuckled a little bit, like I said that so lightly. He says, I actually don't mind the idea so much, but it's, a little bit big to be just sacrificing. But I didn't see any way to use them. But once we see this, oh, well, this is my Sente. And now it's my move? Oh, they're easy to use now. I just didn't see that. Okay, so I come in. This is a terrible move for Black. If he plays correctly, let's just have him come out. Look at my stones on the bottom, left. Can't live, not even one eye. Oh man, I feel terrible. I would just continue saying, I'm glad I gave them up. And he'll just start, surrounding in whatever fashion. But he didn't. He played a defensive move. And notice he's taking the corner, but it's still undercut with the monkey jump. So it's not even good territorially. So then I'm able to come up and fix my upper left problem. And he plays again. Really, really slow. So he spent 2 moves making the sacrifice of my A group extremely efficient. I'm like, I couldn't have dreamed this is if I had wonderful. White's doing fantastic. 2 really slow moves for Black. Okay. Make it smaller. Double haunting. No reason not to. Have a nice thick wall. I know I'm never going to want to Atari at A, ever, ever. So Atari on that side. And Black fixes. Better to fix at A. He doesn't have a need. He's not weak here. So A's another 3 points. So I'm really gaining the edge quickly now. This is okay. But if I was thinking, I would have kicked first. Because he doesn't really want to play here. That's a big corner. He really wants to stand, and then I get both. I started here. Actually, my thought was, oh, my poor one group, my poor A group. I'm going to see if I can find a way to use it. A is so strong, it's ridiculous. So I shouldn't have been thinking my poor A group. Now I realize, oh, I should have kicked first. And then I come out. I'm very happy to come out. I get my two peeps in. And now, let's ask about my A group. How many eyes does it have? Well, black gets this in Sente, right? If white doesn't stop it. That's not great. So I felt troubled here. But remember, white passed. Let's put that pass here. Well, white's running out to safeway, to safety, and attacking a very weak black group on the right. The point being that jumping out is the idea. Of course, that's the idea. But I hated seeing this move in Sente. Hated it. So I played it as now I'm alive, or extremely near life. So I just hate that reverse Sente of his. So it's too slow, but there you go. Oh, that rhymes. It's too slow, but there you go. He comes out, which is incredibly slow, right? He's pushing from behind. He should be jumping out ahead. That allows me to just jump. And that's fine. That's fine. They're all fine. Just jump out. There's a number of ways of doing things here. I went this way, which I was glad because it was so fast. Oh, look at me doing so much so quickly. I liked that. And he said they're all fine. You can play, whatever you want to play to stop the cut. I fixed here and went out of my way to not fix here because see if I try, there's I could find a shortage of liberties here. And his thought was, what shortage of liberties? You just run out. You give that other stone up. Oh, well then yeah, because this is a more attacking move. I just wasn't thinking of giving that stone up. Okay, he plays here. I didn't want to play this move. I mean, it's massively large. I'm getting the whole corner, and his group is dying. I mean, so it's a big move. Why in the world wouldn't I want to play it? Because Atari. And now, how sure am I that I'm going to get out? I just took a look at that in my head. I'm going, I can't read out this move and this move and this move, and I could get surrounded here. Now, he can look in basically a glance and just go, oh, it'll be fun. But I going, oh, that scares me. So I thought, well, let me just get out. There's a serious attack here on his center group. So if he takes the corner, I'm already alive on top. Thanks to my original A stone, I'm alive on top. So if he takes the corner, I'm going to come after him really hard. He needed to come out, so I got them both anyway. Okay. So there's some complications here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups in question. Now, actually 5, because usually in a fight like this, it's everyone lives, but the E group dies. That's really common because for the next 10 moves, no one's thinking about the E group, right? It's always in the background, always in the background. And oops, we never have time to live with E. That's the general thought that I'm trying to convey. Okay, so my C group has no base. His D group is just about to live. One more move, he's alive. So I'm thinking, next move, I have a base. I'm going to have an I in one move. And now he cannot live. And for any slow readers, he comes down. I take this in Sente, and then that's gone. So just the one I. Okay. All right, fine. Out. And any surround's going to work here. A may well be best. It just seems so thin, but I should get used to that. So I got out perfectly fine. He really needs to hane at A. This I got out at no cost. So A, and he's pretty near death. I went this way, not as great. One thing I see in my game, I can feel myself, I'm feeling it when I play, is this fear. And I've been battling it as I'm trying to get some of my old strength back. Oh, I better live. Oh, I better be careful. No, you're fine. The Hane, kill the stone. And now Chris says I can cut immediately a day. Well, it's a lot of reading that I wasn't prepared to do. I thought I needed more help around B before I could cut at A. So I thought, okay, I'll go attack this group for a while. Now I'm getting help on top without. So I don't have time to just read it all out, right? It takes me a while. While someone like Chris will just read it out so quickly. This move, very thick, very strong. Starts getting my A stone, bringing back the life from my A stone. And as he's trying to defend against that, I'm hurting his center group. I thought, take away his life real quick. I'm about to cut and kill him, then get back to running. Okay. Get out. I don't even want to have to think about whether I'm actually alive or not. And now it's big. He can't kill all those center stones. If he takes the one stone, that's a whole move for 2 points. That's slow. So I've kept him pretty weak in the center. And I'm not thinking about killing at all. I haven't even read it out and just, keep him weak. Okay, now I'm completely confident about the cut and the top. But he feels a need to continue this, and I cut. His move, he's looking for life. But since I never bothered reading, I'm like, I'm not trying to kill him yet. That's going to be off in the future. Let's just keep him weak. And if he pushes at A, it's not a cut. I can still kill the cutting stone. Okay, so come back and cut. He doesn't believe it. There's a lot of ways here. I went this way. This threatens to save the cutting stone or cut him as a group, his whole group. So that's it. He's dead. I think there may have been, oh, he tries to live. There's no life. Death in Gote. He added a stone and he's still dead. So I just shored up some of the territory stuff. The corner did get slightly interesting. And this is the first situation I actually read in the game. And I thought, oh no, did he pull something off? But everything I read, it's like, no, I'm fine. Just takes a little bit of extra stuff. Tari. So if he saves Atari, oh, I'm on the wrong button. Just a second. If he saves, the Atari still kills outright. So he tries this, but check it out. If I capture, just a second here. I capture, he says Atari. If I save, I thought I read something cute out here. Ah, there it is. Atari, I can't say, right? Because I only have one liberty. I have to take Atari life. So he can find life there if I'm not careful. Cute little readout. I was really happy to catch it in the middle of a game. But now he can't live or do anything. And he still played. He's trying a couple things. What's he trying here? Oh, right. He's trying stuff, doesn't work. Atari. I was about to defend, then I realized I don't need these stones. He's already alive. Or rather, I don't care if he's alive. Instead, I'm going to make sure I get my 2 eyes in Sente. Play here. Ah! Sente to kill the 2. He tries to save, and they all collapse. He can't save because of the Atari. So I actually used my 3 A stones throughout the game towards my benefit. It ended up being a very great sacrifice. But so in this game, I played too awkwardly, too slowly, too fearfully. As I'm trying to get back some of my old game, these are the things I'm working on. Just I'm already less fearful, but I'm getting there more and more. Okay, guys, hope it was helpful. Catch y'all later.